My name is Winfred, and welcome to this channel where it's all about life on Friday nights. Today is not any different. We are talking life, we are doing life. And in case you want to grab a bite before we start, go ahead and grab your bite. In case you have to share the link, go on and share the link, and we'll be able to start shortly. I'm so glad you've tuned in. Subscribers, you are amazing. And those of you who are dropping by for the very first time, thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day, or you've had a great day, or if you've not had a great day, you have a good night after this. Today is one of those special days that we discuss life. This channel is dedicated to reading the Bible on a daily basis as the Holy Spirit leads. But today, or Fridays, we do life. It's a live chat. And what we do is talk about life, how you found life, where you're doing life from, life experiences generally. So we handle different topics. Sometimes we handle finances, others leadership, others relationships. And today we are talking about a topic of, has online dating made it harder to commit? Or are we just using it wrong? Guys, I'm ready. I'm all ears to hear from you. Has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it wrong? Those are the topics of this. That is the topic of discussion, and I hope because it's a live chat, you'll be able to call in and let me know your life experiences, or even just stories. Let us, chat together and do life, because Friday is all about that. The things that we are going to talk about are: does online dating make love more disposable, or does it actually help people find stronger relationship connections? We are going to be handling that. And then we're going to be talking about the advantages of online dating for commitment, and also the disadvantages of online dating for commitment. Yeah, we are also going to be talking about, we'll have some statistics pulled out regarding, uh, the psychological bit of it. Yeah, we are going to be talking about solutions and how to use online dating for commitment, because it does really work, guys. And we'll also discuss, you let me know if you have someone you know who found love online. You also let me know what you think of online dating and renewing commit, or uh, what do you think of online dating? Is it ruining commitments, or is it just how people use it? Yeah, and those are some of the things that we are going to talk about today. So if you're one who likes online, tune in, tell a friend, and let us together talk about online dating. Tell me your stories. I mean, there are people who have met online, and if it has worked out for you, let me know. If it didn't work out, still share so that you keep others on the one outside. So they be on a lookout for such. Oh, I've got stories about online dating. I hope we can share, yeah, and exchange ideas. Otherwise, statistics show that over 40% of couples meet online. Statistics show that over 40% couples meet online. Can you imagine? And that's a big percentage. That's a big percentage of people to meet online. But studies also show that these relationships may end up in divorce. Oh my goodness, that is also another one. Yeah, much as they meet online, they end up in on divorcing, and we are going to go deep into finding out why is that so. Does it really work, or doesn't it work? Is it real that online dating works, or it doesn't? How do you do it, or how do you go about it? Because there is so much out there, and there's a lot of scamming going on. There's a lot of uh, lies being thrown up and about. Yeah. So we are going to be talking about online dating, whether it has made it hard to commit or we are just using it the wrong way. So if you have any ideas, just let me know your feel about this and what your take is. It's highly welcome, and together let us do life. Otherwise, I would start off with this: the question: does online dating make love more disposable, or does it actually help people find stronger connections? I, for one, think that online dating, you know, makes love more disposable. I was supposed to handle this with a colleague, but he's either running late or he won't be able to make it. But we'll do it either way. With the help of you guys, we'll be able to continue. If he happens to come in, yeah, we'll welcome him. But if he doesn't, we'll still be able to go on and do this show. I find online dating making love more disposable, as in it for me. I find that is not how right way people should meet, but that's my opinion, because so many people have met online, and what people are putting there on their profiles is not actually the truth about them. Many people, it's so easy to make up a profile of yourself if it's not the truth. You can say, I'm a pilot, I love hiking. I mean, I've met people who are very good at building profiles. You just get a picture from there, you and put it on here. There's a lot of catfishing online, because the actual person is not required. Actually, there are people who have dated for years without even meeting, not even talking to each other over the phone, because for one reason or the other, the person on the other end of the line can always say, my phone is cracked, so I cannot do video calls, or my phone is not any good, the signal is poor, so I can only text. And they can drag it and stretch it for a whole year and 2 years. Before you know it, it's been years. So to me, it has made, love more disposable. But again, others could say that it has helped people find stronger connections. There are people who are shy, who are not quick or easy they don't know how to deal with people or express themselves. So while they are behind the screens, they are very good at exchanging messages back and forth, back and forth. So to some degree, everything, like you see, everything has a good side and a bad side. But I'll bring it in the context of, regardless of how we find each other, because some relationships do actually work out. But because it's filled with so many lies, you would fall for a wrong person, because this person would paint themselves really nice and you fall for them. But when actually you get to meet them, they are the last thing that you are dealing with before. I can say I love animals when I actually don't have and I don't like them at all. I can say I'm a banker. There's no way to prove. And so for me, it's not one of those things I would go for. But there are people who love it, and I've actually tried it and it works for them. The reason why many people like online dating is because you can be anyone. Really, it's like an opportunity to be a character in a movie where you choose which character you want to be. And if you want to be an astronaut, there you are. If you want to be a doctor, in there, a surgeon, a police officer, anything you can be online. And I think that is not a good way of meeting a person that you would actually connect with and, you know, have a relationship that would end up into a long-term commitment. There are so many advantages and disadvantages of online dating. But as we wait for others to join, feel free to introduce yourself. Let me know who you are, who has tuned in, where you're watching in from. It's a live chat. And like I said, every Friday we do live chats. And we normally start at 9:40, 9:45, depending. And feel free, guys, to let me know who it is that is watching. I'll reduce the time to a certain period of time. So if you're interested in this live chat, guys, go ahead and be tuning in at that time, because the show would last for 1 hour and a half or an hour or two, depending on how you are involved in it. Otherwise, the topic today is online dating. Has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it the wrong way? Those of you who are joining for the very first time, you're welcome to this channel, and feel free to subscribe if you feel that this has tickled your your buds in there and you feel actually enjoying this programming. We handle different topics on Friday nights, and today is one of those Friday nights. Actually, as I tell you this, we are trying to wait on for other people so that they can join in, and together we start so that there's no one left behind. The number to call in if you want to call is +256 762 599 138. Go ahead and call in and let me hear your voice and also your opinion on this one. Feel free to air your differences. It doesn't matter whether you agree with me or you don't. Just, let me know what your opinion is about this topic today. And if you don't feel brave enough to call in, go ahead and text. Drop in the comment section. I'll be able to read your comments as and when time presents itself. Otherwise, right now we are going to be starting the disadvantages of online dating for commitment. Remember, there is online dating for just, passing time. But there is that person who is looking to find someone. They don't have enough time to go out there and meet people. And so they use online, to meet people. There are those people who are not bold enough and don't have even the time. There are reasons. That means there are reasons why people go for online dating. One of the reasons why people go for online dating is because their busy schedules do not allow them to mingle. And so they find it easy in their free time or their breaks, to get online and build characters or meet people. There are those ones who do that because they are busy. And then there are those who just enjoy to play characters. I've watched on a program called Catfish, where people just sit in their houses behind those laptops and they just make up characters and try and see who would. They open up websites and try and see if someone would actually respond. And because people are lonely, because people are desperate, they actually get on those sites and hoping that they would meet someone. To their disappointment, or sometimes to a good luck, they meet people who are genuine or real, but most of the time it's catfishing. Like I said before, statistics show that 40% of couples meet online, but studies also show that those relationships may end up in divorce. Those are statistics. Because you don't have enough time to meet this person to get to really know them. Yeah? Behind the screen, the person who is behind the texts could be a totally different person. And guess what? You invest in so much if you're a genuine person and you really want to meet someone. But then the person who is there, some of them are just doing it for fun. Because, like I said, there are reasons why people do online dating. And some do it for fun, others because of their busy schedule, others because they are bored. Some people join these online dating apps or channels, to genuinely meet people. Yeah. There are those who do that to genuinely meet people. But, because we don't know who is out there. You are, it's like someone betting on chickens to see if what they are going to hatch is a cock or a hen. It is really, there are no guarantees on that one. So you try your luck with online dating, hoping that you'll really find someone. There are those who have been successful, and there are those who have had it really terrible. I'll tell you my stories as well as the program continues. But feel free to drop in the comment section your experience on online dating, what your opinion is about online dating. And also feel free to call in on plus 256 762599138. Now, after we've gone through reasons why people go for online dating, we will go to the disadvantages of online dating. The disadvantages of one of the disadvantages is there's too many choices. When I say too many choices, there's that commitment paralysis. It leaves you with so many options, people struggle to settle. Because the moment you tap in like this, there's another person who looks really good, has a nice profile, and it seems like you've got a variety of choices. Because everyone who puts their profiles out there is, convincing. And so it seems like when I go for this one, this would work out. So because of the too many choices, it causes commitment paralysis. You cannot commit. You get to that place where you feel like you can date just and be anyone. You can become a James Bond of some sort, whereby you have this one, you have another one, because of that, and it's not good. I see someone has commented. Let me read that one. Alan says, hello, Victor. Victor, thank you so much. Hello, Alan. Thank you for tuning in. Victor Kimbugwe, I'm single and searching here in Uganda. Victor, you're in the right place. Probably you'll find someone on here who is also looking to meet someone. I'm also in Uganda, but also the live chat is in Uganda. So probably you'll meet someone on here. Hang in there and continue watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, Victor. And Alan, thank you so much for tuning in. Now, I hope you saw the topic, Victor, today. Has online dating made it harder to commit? Or are we just using it the wrong way? I need to hear your opinion, Victor, on this one. Let me know what you think of online dating and why you're still single when there's all this going on, open platform for you to meet someone. Let me know why you're still single, and together let us discuss. This channel is all about live chats on every Friday, and we handle different topics. And you can feel free to drop a comment in the box below, or you can call in on plus 256 762599138 and let us hear your opinion on this one. Otherwise, we have talked about the reasons why people choose to go online dating. And one of those was because of their busy schedule. Some do it for fun. Those who are busy don't have time to actually meet people, so they choose to go back home late in the night and just unwind meeting people online. There are those who are also shy. So those shy ones also go for online dating simply because they are not bold enough to approach during daytime or in broad daylight. So there's another reason why people meet people online for fun. They go for online dating just for fun. You open up a profile account, you're not serious, but then you find people responding to you. And so guess what? You get hooked on there and just keep it going. And before you know it, a year has passed and you're dating online. There are those who genuinely are looking for people to meet online. And so those are the different reasons why people meet or choose to go online dating. But the topic of discussion, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it wrong? Because everything has a good side and it has a bad side. So I want to hear your opinion, guys, on what you think of online dating. Is it good or is it bad? Otherwise, we started off with the disadvantages, and one of them is you have too many choices. And because you have too many choices, it leads to commitment paralysis, where you cannot commit because you can't settle because you seem to have so many choices. And so that keeps you from getting a person and settling down. Another one is the hooking up culture influence. Many apps promote casual connections over deep commitment. Many of the apps that are dating apps, they promote the culture of hooking up as opposed to, you know, that deep commitment that we all look for in relationships. Because when you're looking for someone to settle with, like you, Vector, who has just written in, you're looking for someone to settle down with, you want to spend time with them. You want to know where they come from, how old they are, how they look. Now, those apps that are out there that are built for dating, they have that hookup culture. Let's hook up, online. That's where you hook up. You send me your nudes, I send you mine. You know, we sweet talk each other over sweet nothings, and that doesn't permit the deep commitments or deep relationship where you would really want to know a person and think you, even when you think you know them through the social media platforms, you'd be shocked to find out that those are not the real people you've been talking to all this while, or the ones you've been sending pictures to the whole time. One example I will give is this gentleman that I was told, a friend of, or a person that I know, got online and started dating on one of those apps. And the man sent pictures of himself when he's younger, good looking, with all these muscles. And then the girl was hooked. And the girl started falling for him and said, "Let us meet. I want to get married to you. I'm really serious." So the man said, "I live in Philippines. Come over and see me." And the girl was excited because she was from Uganda. And she said, "Good evening, Lillian and Audrey. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jasper, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad that you guys are tuned in. I'll read your comments later, but let us continue. Now, this gentleman had sent her the money for the ticket, and she was excited. In Uganda, if you're going to leave the country and go somewhere, oh my goodness, it's a big deal. They sometimes throw parties to, send you off. So they threw a party for her, and she said bye to her parents, showing them the pictures of the young man that she had met online. And then she went off to Philippines. When she got off at the airport, she was told, when you get off, get on a train. The train will take you up to a certain point. Then you get on board of a ferry, and then off a ferry to a small boat that will get you to where we are going. And she kept on getting from one, means of transport to another. And when she got there, the man who met her at the ferry was an old man with some teeth missing. I mean, that's okay if that's how you look. If you had told me in advance that that's actually how you look, that you are old, you are actually not a sweet 27, but, clocking 75, it's okay, because if that's my cup of tea, I'll still drink it. But the online is filled with so much lies. So this man, the woman, the lady asked the gentleman, "Why is it you showed me a picture?" She said, "I'm here to meet so and so." And the man said, "Yeah, it is me." And she said, "No, it's not. I have a picture of him. He's young, and this is how he looks." The man said, "Look at that picture very well. In that picture, there were two people. The older man at the far back, he took a picture on the escalator. So he was at the bottom. I think he told a friend to take a picture of him. And that's how he gave the picture. But there was a really good looking younger man up front. So when she saw the picture, she thought she was dating the younger man, only to find out that the person she was dating all this while was older actually not older, 3 times older than her. That was really sad. And when they got there, the trip to where he stayed was very long. And by the time they got there, she was exhausted, of course, scared because she was like, who did I, interact with all this while? But the man had paid the ticket and she was there to be wife. Oh my goodness, it wasn't good. But at the end of the day, you see that this girl, to come back from where she was staying in Philippines back to Uganda, she had to, the man could control her so much. He could not even allow her. He lived in a small community where it's a bunch of old men who had no wives. So you go fish for yourself a wife, bring her to the island, and the rest is history. So she pretended to be a good wife and until she won the man's trust. And the man started giving her some money to go to the market when the ferry is going to the market and buy supplies. Until one day when he gave her money enough to, she inquired when she went to the market how much it cost to get on a train back to the town in Philippines. And when she managed to get on the ferry, she ran straight to a place where she found some people who were black. Because she inquired, where can I find black people? And they told her where to find them. And she had to do stuff just to get back to home, Uganda. So guys, online dating is good, but it's got also its own, hurdles. Go ahead and let me know what your experience is. The topic of discussion is, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it the wrong way? That is the topic of discussion. And guys, let me know, it's a live chat, what your opinion is on this one. And yeah, I can see someone has written. Yes, Lydian, thank you. You have written and said, deception is a real risk of online dating. So people need to be vigilant. True, very, very true. People need to be vigilant on this one. But guess what? After you've been alone for so long, you feel like it's just a click of a button and you're already with someone who has built a good profile. So it's again tempting for people to, you know, to try that kind of shortcut. There are those, like I said before we started, that there are reasons why people go for online dating. What reasons were those? Some are shy. They have no people skills. So because they are shy, they, prefer going the shorter way, the easier way, which is online. And the other reason is for fun. Some people get online apps of dating just for fun, just to, fool around. Others, they are busy and don't have time to meet people. And so they prefer going online and meeting people there and, just unwinding that way. There are those who are bored, who do it because they are bored. And they just do it as a pastime. There are also genuine people who really, really want to meet people. And it just so happens the only way they can do it is online. Now, Lydian has gone on and said she's lucky she got her way alive. You can tell me your experience on who was not able to get her way alive. I know there are terrible stories as well of people who have had it really bad from online dating. So, guys, as we consider it, we should also be cautious. Like Lydian has said, we should be vigilant. Who are we giving our details? Who are we? What are we putting out there? And why are we there? Because these days you see people, you're going to the cafe, you take pictures, take yourself sipping that coffee. You go to the library, you take this is all data trail about you that you're leaving behind. And it is so easy for someone to, do something with it. I remember one of my daughters, when she first got her phone, someone got on one of those apps, I think it's Snapchat. Someone said, "Where are you?" And she said, "Mommy, I told them I'm at the farm." And to her surprise, this person said, "Okay, take a picture and show me where you go, drop a pin." Those things may seem harmless, but they actually turn out to be dangerous. There is also another young lady that I watched. and she got online with this older man, and people freaks are out there, guys, ready to take advantage of genuine people. This man would pose as a woman and just meet people, men, and yet he's actually a man, and make this nice profile of a young lady, and yet he's a man. So much as we are going for online dating, we should also be vigilant, like Lillian has said. Audrey has also written and said, but all those can be taken and posted, leaving the area. All those after leaving the area. Yeah, that is true. So really, there's not genuine things out there. Everything is fake, and everyone is fake, guys. So we need to, be vigilant, like Lydian has said. Now, we've talked about disadvantages of online dating for commitment. Remember, you're looking for someone to commit to. The disadvantages, we talked about it having giving you too many choices. And so it causes commitment paralysis where you cannot settle. You feel like at just one swipe, you have another person you're talking to. One other swipe, you're talking to someone else. So you find yourself being with so many people and you start thinking different of yourself. You start thinking maybe you're hot cakes. Maybe, you are the best thing since ice cream. Victor, let me know what your opinion is on this one, because you said you're single, and I know there's got to be a reason why you're single. Another reason why it is bad, it's not good. Online dating is not the best for commitment. It promotes that hookup culture where many apps are promoting casual connections over deep commitments. Instead of people, going deep and being real, I don't like this, I like this. Everyone is painting different pictures of themselves. Have you ever? It's like you're acting in different movies. In this one, you are the celeb. In the other one, you're the police officer. You get to be all these different characters, which is not good for online dating. It promotes that culture, the hookup culture influence, which is not good. Also, misrepresentation and ghosting is common about online dating for commitment. People lie on profiles, and I think that is something everyone has had a story about. And ghosting has made emotional detachment easier because you don't intend that this will work out. And so you don't commit, you don't attach yourself to anyone, which is bad. So if you're looking to commit, online dating, guys, wouldn't be one of those. You need to get to some point where you get to meet this person and actually exchange numbers, hear the voice, see each other. Those people who ghost others tend to give excuses of my phone broke down, or I broke my screen so I cannot video chat, or my phone has no signal, it has poor signal so I can only text. So be on a lookout for those things. Also, another disadvantage of online dating for commitment, the fear of missing out even in relationships. Some may feel they could find someone better with one swipe because you have that false hope that I could just swipe and find someone better. Why commit on this one? So it is not helped a lot because it's given people false hope. The fear of missing out. You feel if I commit to this one person, there could be better out there, and I've already committed. So you just keep on playing people one after another. And yet some people are really putting their feelings out there, though I don't know why people would really be that trusting. Now we get to the advantages of online dating for long-term commitment. What are some of the advantages of online dating for long-term commitment? I need to hear from you, Lydian, from Audrey, from Victor. Remember, guys, this is a live chat and feel free to call in. The number is plus 256 762599138, or you can just drop a comment in the box below and let me know what your opinion is on the advantages of online dating for long-term commitment. Because there are advantages. Everything in this world has two sides. There is the advantage and there is the disadvantage. So right now we are going to be handling the advantages of online dating. One of them is real stories of success. The advantage is there are stories that I've had that people actually met online and relationships developed from there. There is a young lady that I knew from church who met again a man from Philippines. And this gentleman was genuine. They exchanged numbers later on and they got to talk and meet. And next thing, the man came to Uganda and actually married her. There was a big wedding at church, and they are probably, I don't know whether they are still together or not. So there are those real stories of success that stand in as an advantage of online dating for long term commitment. And also, it helps people who struggle with traditional dating. People like, introverts, busy professionals. Online dating really helps such kind of people. It helps them, step out and become and not be left behind. So that is one advantage of online dating for long term commitment. There are those who are really busy. And when I say introverts, there are those who are busy and there are those who are shy, busy professionals. So, guys, that's another advantage. I've seen a comment here, so I'll read it. Yeah, Lillian says accessibility. You meet new people anytime and from anywhere. It is very true, guys. Online dating has promoted that. You can meet people anywhere. Yeah, you are in China and you get online and you get to meet someone who is in Zimbabwe. Yeah, so online dating really does work. And those of you guys who have just come in, thank you so much for dropping by. Today we are talking about, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it the wrong way? Give your opinion. It's a live chat. Let me know where you're watching in from, who you are, and what your opinion is about online dating, whether it has made it harder to commit or we are just using it the wrong way. Let me know what your opinion is on this one. We've already discussed the reasons why people get to online dating, and some of those reasons are busy schedules. Some are shy. Some do it because they do it for fun. Others do it because they are bored. And there are those who genuinely do it because they want to meet someone. Like Victor said, he's single and searching. I hope, Victor, on here you'll be able to meet someone. Now, while we are still on that one, I mentioned that statistics show that 40% of couples meet online. But also studies show that those couples, many of those relationships end up in divorce. Let me know what your opinion is on that one. But statistics show that 40% of couples meet online, and many of those relationships may end up in divorce. I think because of what we've earlier on discussed, you don't get to know this person for who they truly are, except what they've painted in their profile pictures. We've gone through the disadvantages of online dating. This is just a quick recap for those who have just joined us. It's a live chat. Feel free to call in on +256 762 599 138, and also go ahead and drop in the comments what your take is on this topic. Has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it the wrong way? Now, we've gone through the disadvantages of online dating. It gives you too many choices. So guess what? You get that commitment paralysis where you can't settle. Because you have variety, you cannot settle with one person. It seems like you can get anyone anytime. Now, another thing that we talked about that is disadvantageous about online dating is it promotes that hookup culture influence. Many apps promote casual connections over deep commitment. So instead of you meeting someone and you commit, guess what happens? It is more of casual. You don't expect things to, work out in the end. So you lie, and guess what? The truth at some point will hurt because you get invested in this relationship, and when the truth comes out, and the truth is normally not what you are, then the relationship will end. It also leads to misrepresentation and ghosting. People lie on profiles, and ghosting has made emotional detachment easier because people lie on profiles. It makes, if I got on there on an app for dating and I lied about myself, guess what will happen? I really don't think much. I don't think the relationship will work out. And so I will just put anything. And it makes it easier for you to ghost. Yeah. And another one is fear of missing out. Even in relationships, some may feel they could find someone better with one swipe. Even when you have committed yourself to a relationship using those online dating apps, it feels easy, to just get someone else with just one swipe. You swipe and you get to someone else. You swipe, you get to another one. You swipe, you get to another one, which normally does not promote good relationships for commitment. Now we've finished the disadvantages. You can give me your opinion on that one. What you think would work or what wouldn't work for long-term uh, commitment. But when we go to the advantages, real stories, they are real stories of success where people have actually met and stayed together. I gave you an example of this young lady who met this guy online, and the guy from Philippines came to Uganda, and they married in church here. Everything went on through for just a week, and the next thing the girl was going off to the Philippines, but because the man was genuine on the app, and the lady was, it worked out. So they are genuine, real stories of success. Also, it helps people who struggle with traditional dating. People like the introverts, the busy professionals. Those people, it works out for them very well when they get online. Lillian has written something here, and I'll read it. Swiping on dating apps sounds like online shopping. Yeah, it does sound like online shopping. It's just at this time round you're shopping for people to spend, some time with. It does sound like shopping indeed. And people do it, and it's addictive as well. It has that dopamine effect. Yeah, it's addictive. You can find yourself really addicted, and because you can be anyone really. I mean, I've seen people who are older getting pictures of younger people and putting them as profile pictures and meeting people only to because they don't expect this to work out. They keep it going for some time until these people are really serious and genuine, and they really want to do a meetup that things fall apart on them. It's a live chat, guys. Go ahead and drop in your comments. We'll be able to read it, and together let us discuss life. Now, another reason why online dating could be advantageous for long-term commitment, uh, more compatible screening, since those apps match people based on values, interests, and long-term goals. So there is that aspect of compatibility. There are some apps that I've seen that have forms that you fill in where you talk about your likes, talk about yourself. If you have children, you list the children on there. If you're working, if you're looking for someone who is a professional, there are those apps that have done that. So really, yeah, they make it more compatible because there's that compatible screening that goes on some apps, not all of them. And also the wider pool potential matches. It's like you have so many people to choose from as opposed to real life where no one can accept you, or you have a small scope of people that you're with. Say like I'm in Uganda, like I live in Uganda. And all the people I know are in Uganda. But there are people who are in China, there are people who are in Dubai, there are those who are in Qatar, there are those who are in UK. Let me know, guys, where you're watching in from, and together let us do life. Now, because online dating provides a wider pool, it's advantageous because then you get to meet people from different places and get to know about their cultures, so that's advantageous as well. Now, there are so many things that have been known about online dating for long term commitment. But statistics show online couples marry faster. I don't know about you guys, whether you have had the same, but they tend to marry faster. I don't know whether they are caught up with time or when you meet someone, you're afraid someone else could take them. So you get them to pull down their profile pictures quick and getting married. But statistics show that they marry faster, but also have a high divorce rate. That is a disadvantage of the psychological. Now that is an expert insight on online dating for long-term commitment. Statistics show that online couples marry faster, but also a high divorce rate. About just a minute. Someone wrote, Lillian wrote, thank you, Lillian, for writing. You said filtering out preferences narrow down narrows down the search, leading to more compatibility. That is very true. In fact, it is very true about online dating because when you go through that screening where they filter, yeah, you are likely to get someone who matches exactly what you put in as, preference. Because of the filtering, yeah, you're likely to get exactly what you're looking for. So it does work to some degree, though success stories are not so many because I could fill in my profile and fill in lies. Even when they are filtering, they'll filter for me lies from someone. And I've also filtered and put in lies. So still it ends up on the flat surface. But there are success stories, like we said earlier. Now, because of that wider pool, yeah, you get to at least have an option. You don't have to settle with the first person. Like I know someone who settled with the first man simply because he's the one who said I love you, whoever said I love you. So for some people get things for free for sure. But with these apps that are on, you swipe like this one likes you, you go to another, they also like you, another one likes you. It gets you feeling, confident. I've watched some catfish program where there's these different characters of people who actually become friends of their who become their friends, or popular girls at school or popular girls at work, or random people that are strangers, and they just build on those ones, like this business of putting every now and again you post the internet pictures, every now and again you're posting. So those things that you post, people use them to their advantage. They get your pictures and build profile pictures. And they keep on commenting, show us when you're doing this. And they get those pictures and feed them to their profile accounts. So it's a lot of scamming and lies going on there. Now, again, back to the expert insights and psychological bit of online dating. There's that dopamine addiction, the addiction to seek pleasurable experiences. You feel like it's pleasuring each time you get on there and you become someone else. It works for some people. These apps use the rewarding system as social media, making such kind of lifestyle addictive. whereby today I'll get more than 10 people to like me. And you just make up a profile picture and get on it. And guess what? You're leading people on. You're actually not that. Guys, I need to know your experiences as well, whether you've had stories. But Lillian, I think you have stories of things which went haywire because you said she's lucky she managed to go get out of there alive. You can share your experience as well. But I also remember one person who got on there, and actually someone told me a story. There are so many stories online, but you can guys share and let us know whether online dating has made it easy, has made online dating has made it harder to commit, or we're just using it the wrong way. Maybe there's someone who knows the right way of using online dating. You can let us know how that happens, and we can build ourselves together. Hi, I can see someone else here. Namatovu, Josephine from Jordan. Oh, thank you so much, Josephine from Jordan. You can share your experience on online dating if you think it works, if you think it's, catfishing or ghosting or filled with, what. You can let us know what you think on online dating. The topic of discussion is, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we using it the wrong way? And I like Lydian. She has just written and said, there are lots of online dating horror stories out there. Yeah, they are. But you can share. Lydian, you can go on and share that story and let us know, some of those horrific stories, because I've given my examples, and my examples are not so horrific, but still horrific. But I've heard there are really terrible ones out there. But you wonder why some people still go on and go online. Yeah, you said, but Lillian, you said lots of success stories. Yeah, that's the advantage of it. The disadvantage is there's so many horrific stories, yes. But the advantage is there are also success stories. Now, you can share, guys, it's a live chat on any of your experience of success stories on online dating or the horrific stories of online dating. The one thing I know about online dating is you can be anyone. Oh my goodness, I can change and become white and become, maybe, if the person I'm looking out for is interested in bigger people, I pretend I'm big. If they're interested in small people, I would pretend I'm small. You can become anything. So that's one opportunity, one avenue where people can become things that they can only imagine. And that builds lives. And relationships built on lies will never succeed. I don't know about where you guys are watching from, but this is one thing I would say about relationships. When a man is interested in a woman, normally men just want to show off how much they work and how much they earn or how much they are worth. While as women, we pretend to look different things. Now, imagine you are pretending to have a big account and I'm pretending to be your dream. Yeah. When we get to meet, you don't have the money, I'm not your dream. Guess what will happen? The relationship will end up breaking. So that is why statistics have shown that relationships that are founded online have a fast rate of marriages, but also divorce rate is very high. Because you can really become someone's dream until they ship you to their country and find out you are not anywhere close to what they wanted. Then you work out the whole journey of separating. So let me know what your experiences are. Lillian has said there's horrific stories out there on online dating, but also has said there are success stories. So I need to hear the horrific stories. I've told you at least some, success stories. I need to hear the horrific ones because there are many I know out there. Guys, Victor, you are the first person. I need to hear from you. Why are you still single? and yet there's all these avenues to meet people. And anyone else who is watching, it's a live chat. Feel free to call in on +256 762 599 138. And together, let us talk about life. And going back to our topics of discussion, some of the solutions and how to use online dating for commitment, because there are ways how you can use online dating for commitment, because honestly there are people who don't have time and would love to meet people, but the only avenues they have is online because their time is taken up all day, and so the only time they have is maybe 3 in the night, which is not good time for mingling, so they use online dating uh, to get by. Now, solutions on how to use online dating for commitment. Limit up time. There are apps for dating. Now you need to limit that up time. If you don't limit it, a person can be on there and just tell you stories one after another. You can be giving out ultimatums. If we don't meet at this place, you said you live in this place. You are in Uganda just like me. Let's meet. Give me a date. On this time or on this date we'll meet. And if this person cannot commit to that, run that finger across and get someone else. Swipe and get to someone else, other than wasting and involving and investing so much time, so much money. I've heard of stories where people actually send or wire money to these people that they quote unquote are dating online. And someone says, I've sent over so far $10,000 or pounds to this person, but I've never met and we've never talked, not even, FaceTiming. And then you're wondering, how does that happen? How do I get you to a point of sending me money when we've never met, never talked? Lillian has written something. I need to read it. She has said, and I suggest meeting should be in public places. There are some people, like I said, who meet online. They are shy and can't meet in public places. They want, those excluded places. I know of a gentleman who told a friend of mine that online, he said, is there an exclusive place where we can, excluded place where you and I can meet and just talk? And I was waiting to hear how the story would end, because they tend to want those private, excluded places where there are not so many people, under the guise of I'm shy. Yeah. And there's recently a girl who said she was interested in a man. For the first time she met someone, first read Lydian's comment again. Thank you, Lydian. Lawyer, social, eh? Lawyer, sociologists, economists. From a man's point of view, oh, this is not Lydian, this is someone else. Thank you so much, lawyer, sociologist, economist. From a man's point of view, women who are after to climb up the ladder quickly are many on online dating. I need you to shed light, lawyer, on that one. Lawyer, sociologist, is it? Yeah, I need you to shed light on that one. And Lydian says, I meant for those who decide to meet after dating online, first meeting should be in public places. Yeah, that at least ensures you're safe, because I've heard of a story. I don't know who told me this story, but there's a gentleman who sent out his CV, and the lady came, flew all the way from UK to uh, Kenya, and on getting there, they cut off her breasts and left her in a hotel bleeding. And this is what the gentleman said, that this is to teach you that you don't meet strangers, leave your home country to come to a foreign country so that you can, fall in love. He was teaching her a lesson, so he cut off her breasts and left her cuffed on the bed, bleeding to death until the hotel people came in because she screamed in pain. Now, he was teaching her a lesson, but again, there was that risk of her life having been taken. Guys who are dropping by for the very first time, thank you so much for dropping by. Now, Lydian also says, sorry, lawyer, psychologist, economist says, the demands are beyond reasonableness. Bring me a iPhone 16. Bring me that and give me money to do that and that. Yeah, and you continue to say, lawyer, that that is what you are saying. The woman finding the man not to be what was expected. That is very common. But I think if someone is at that place of dating, where you really are meeting someone, I think you should take some caution. Sometimes I think in relationships we aim so high. You are a low income earner and you want to get these really first class, high class women or ladies. You always be on your tippy toes trying to reach them. But if you get someone at your level, I mean, it's easy to do things and transact with someone on your level, as opposed to again getting someone that is so beneath you, you're stooping so low to get to them. That is just my take. But again, there's a lot of fakeness going around. I lie to you who I am, you lie to me who you are, where you're working. And then it gets to a point. The reason why they say these statistics show that there's a high divorce rate among online dating couples. They marry faster, but the divorce rate is really high. Reason being because of so many lies that are going back and forth. I'll continue to read what lawyer socialist has said. That is what you are saying. The woman finding the man not to be what was expected. Yeah, we tend to want money. But lawyer, I'll say this. I cannot start from the blue asking for money. It is because you've showed me that there is money out there. Yeah. If you show me there is money out there, guess what I'll do? You have money, I'll be asking all the time because you depicted money is not a problem. So guess what I'll do? I will be on your case. Can I have this? Can I have that? This lady kept on asking for money. I've seen several cases on catfishing where the gentleman kept on sending money, having not met the lady. And later, when he got some people on board to help him look for these people, this lady found out that actually he had been sending that money to a man. So there is a lot of, lies going on. It's not only the ladies that are doing that. The lawyer said that those women who want to climb up the social ladder so quickly, asking for this or the other, yeah, we tend to ask, but it's because the wrong flags have been flown before us. So we ask for, I want this, give me that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, lawyer. And you can continue sending those messages. I enjoy reading them. I enjoy reading them. Otherwise, I'm trying. Someone wants to get on here and is wondering how they can do it. Just a minute, I'm sending the link so that they can join. Sorry about that, but they don't want to be left behind. Otherwise, yeah, that is the number to call in, guys, is +256 762 599 138 in case you want to call in. Otherwise, let me read what message has just dropped in. The lawyer continues to say, that is what you are saying. Oh, okay, you finished. I finished that one. Lawrence, Happy family. Hi, Lawrence. And Lillian. Uh, and vice versa. Women could also find the man not being what he said he was. That is very true. I hope, lawyer, you've had that one. Because also you men build up profiles that are so fake. Even on here, you build profiles that are not real. And so we believe that you are actually there when you're not. And you have these things when you don't. Like you didn't hear when we started. There's that gentleman who sent a picture to a girl. He took it at the train station or the airport where they were on the escalator. And the picture of the man, the young man in front, was a really younger, fit, good looking, or better looking man in front, but he was the one at the very back, and he was not anything like what the first man on the line was. And sent the picture to the girl and built a profile picture on that one. And then the lady kept on saying, please send me more pictures. Let me see more of you. And the man said, you'll see me when we meet. I don't want to put so much info out there. And so the lady believed that the man she was dating is the one who was in the picture, only to get at the airport meetup time. And the gentleman was really old. He was about 76 years, twice her age. If only the man had said he was that old, then the woman would have landed for him or fallen for him the real way. But it all was tainted fake. So even men lie. And when the woman asked the gentleman he why he had presented himself that way, the gentleman said, I was actually in the picture. And he said, show me the picture. And he said, you look very close. You will see that at the very back, that is where I am. And really, he said the truth, but partial truth. Now, there is also another one that that the lawyer said, but are you aware that the females ask what's your occupation? How long have you been in the UK? Immediately demands commas. Yeah, ladies do that. But because again, these flags are flaunted. Because when I ask, what's your name? Where are you from? Where are you working? What's your occupation? You don't say the truth. Guess what you do? You tell me I'm a lawyer, when actually you're not. I know of someone who is a professional better. All he does is bet. Yeah. And on there, he kept on saying, I trade in international, I'm an international investor. When actually he was betting on horses, donkeys, anything that was bringing in money, he was betting on. So really, it's not only the women that lie, it's also the men. Also, the men do lie. Much as the women ask for for things, also you men do lie. I'll continue reading what you said here. Lillian says, I think such demands and questions should be a red flag. Well, yeah, it could be a red flag, but you see, also these men you're looking for talk time. What else are you going to talk about if you don't talk about where he's working, how old he is, or what his name is, where he's from? Those are things that we need to talk about. Remember, the topic is online dating for commitment, long-term commitment. How do I know about you except I ask questions? So ladies ask those questions to know about the man they've just got or they've just accepted online, so that they can also brag. It's in us ladies to brag about what we've just got or who we've just found. I hope that answers that bit. And Lawrence says some men, we are not fake, like I know many women. Women want man who has money, but for me, I'm broke. Yeah, even when you're broke, Lawrence, I think if you keep it real, you will find someone. The thing is, we don't keep it real. Can you imagine I meet you and I tell you all these fake stories about myself and you tell me fake stories about you? That is why we've started off on a wrong foot and we are going to end up, tripping, and that will be the end of our relationship. But if we all come off truthful, like you've said, Lawrence, you're broke, let someone know you're broke and still, find you interesting, because you could be interesting in other ways other than money and we could work together. You could be broke, but you've got ideas, you're just on the low for now. But do you know that men have a tendency of saying, I'm in between jobs, when actually you're unemployed? Come clean, say, I don't work, I don't have a job for now, but I'm hoping, because this is what I studied. You never know, you could be talking to a CEO's daughter and things could turn up for you different. Yeah, I like the idea of you being broke. And Mickey, Mickey Isma, online dating is good, but some people use this as an advantage by stealing. That is very true. Very, very true. But also, you men become creepy when it comes to online. Like I said, there's a gentleman who lured a young girl from UK, told her to come. She was a nurse in UK, told her to come to Kenya. And the girl thought she was in love. And guess what she did? She took on the guy, paid her own ticket. The guy had booked her a hotel in Kenya and she went, but the guy booked her a hotel in a very remote place where she had never been before, and the place was really out of town. Now, she got there, the man cuffed her on the bed and cut off her breasts. Why would a man do that, really? So much as the women tell lies, also you men are horrible online. Lillian already put it right and said that she has had online horrible stories, and also there are also success stories, but also there are many, success stories and horrible stories. And the lawyer says a liar is easy to spot out, although cross-examination and examination is chief in chief and examination in chief. Yeah, a liar is easy to spot, but when you want to believe in something, you don't want to believe, you don't want to see the other side. You keep it, seeming real. You have those telltale signs. You have that thing at the back of your mind that is telling you this person is lying, this person will hurt me. But you go ahead because maybe for so long you've not dated, like Victor said he's single and Lawrence said he's broke. That could keep you off the market. But say, try your luck, Victor and Lawrence, try. You could find someone who is genuinely looking for a broke guy to fund and make, a good man out of. That also is something that could work. I will continue reading the comments. Lawrence, you said this live is very is very nice. Thank you, Lawrence, for the comment, and thank you for your opinions on this one. But again, guys, I think, and I said it before, that when dating, I like what the lawyer said, that a liar is very easy to spot, but we tend to look for what we want. I see all the red flags, like Lillian put it. I see all the red flags about you, but I choose, because you told me you are a pilot, you live in Australia. There's so much internet scam going on, so many lies going on. But because you want to believe, like us me, I come from Uganda. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but in Uganda, you could have that pressure of having to bring a man home. And guess what? Once you land this one who says he's a pilot, there's a friend of mine who a man told he's a Marine, a US Marine, and he will be online and offline. And he said, I'll be the one to contact you. You can never contact me simply because I'm always busy. And the government doesn't allow us to socialize with So the girl believed. And he would take picture. And I told her, tell him to take just even one picture and post it to you. And the guy took it in a corner of a room. And he had shaved off his hair and was wearing a t-shirt, white t-shirt. And I told him, Marines don't do that. Just because you're a Marine doesn't mean you cut off your hair, sit in a corner on the floor. Everything that the man was sending out was lies, but she wanted to believe that he's a US Marine who left Uganda and went to become a US Marine in 2 weeks' time. That is not possible. But so there are all those telltale signs that someone is lying, but because you want to believe you have someone, you believe the lies until they fall back on you. Someone else wrote a comment and I'll read it. Lawrence said, Roger, not Lawrence. Oh, sorry, dear. Oh, so your channel is called Lawrence Happy Family. Oh, Bumu. Oh, yeah. Now I get you, Roger. I hope you are working on your situation of being broke because once it betters, these ladies will come like flies. Me, I tell people to focus on making money. Money brings ladies like nothing. That way you have an option as to who you really want in your life or who you don't. But again, also you men make that mistake of when you're picking, you want parts of the body. You don't go for the holistic person. And that ends up hitting you in the face after some time. Now, because you're looking for parts of the body, guess what I'll do on my profile when I want to get on those online dating apps? I will take, if I get to know you're into busts, I'll take shots of people who have bigger ones and I'll put them out there. And guess what? When you meet me, you'll find there's actually nothing. And I'll promise that I'll work on it or I'll make sure I toy with you until we never meet and yet you're sending me all that money. So if also the men learned to look for the virtues in a woman, things that count, substantial things that count, as opposed to the lies of as opposed to material things, I think would make better relationships online. And Roger says, also I'm a Ugandan. For now, at Shiraj, UAE. I need a partner. Oh my goodness, Roger, you are going to get someone very soon. How I wish the ladies can also come in and say something. Maybe Lydian, if Lydian can, tell us of her status, and maybe Roger would meet Lydian because Roger is single. I don't know about Lydian's status. If Lydian you're single, and you could, Lydian has written something. It's a shame that people have feel pleasure to keep up appearances. I know there is that pressure to keep up appearance. You just need to look apart, even when you're not it. But Lillian, there's a question on the table for you. Roger says he's in UAE and he needs a partner. You can let us know about your status. Let us know if the two of you can hook up here and let's try online dating for long-term commitment. Yeah. We talked about the advantages of online dating. Remember the topic of discussion was, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it the wrong way? Because there are those success stories and there are those stories that also we've had that are horrific. So Lillian has said can't help, I'm afraid. So Roger, hope someone else can come on that is single and you can start off from there. Yeah, and I can see Roger has said that but the world is, I don't see that other word. The world is what? I need to see what you've just written. Happy family Obumu. Kalunji district, not Lawrence. Hey, how come here when it comes on it says Lawrence? Happy family. It didn't come off as Kalunji district. Oh, the word is Dwabenke. Happy family. Oh, sorry, Bambi. I was saying it the wrong way. So sorry. But it's corrected now. And Roger, sorry about that. Now, back to our topic. There's a way we tend to uh, to look. Lydian wrote something, and I'll read it. I'm sure the right person for Roger will come along. Will come along in good time. Keep up the faith. Roger, you had that. You just have to keep up the faith. And guess what? If you keep on keeping it real, you're likely to find someone. But the thing is, when we lie about who we are, where we are from, yeah, those things tend to give us fake things. So you want a genuine thing, put yourself real out there, and probably go, fingers crossed you will find someone. But again, it's online dating. You will find someone because it's all about just one swipe and someone is there. As long as you don't enjoy the swiping too much. Uh, we were talking about the solutions on how to use online dating for commitment. Limit uptime. If you don't limit the uptime of dating online, you should avoid dating burnout and build real life interactions. Real life interactions will help you get to someone that is real. But this means of staying online, we've been on texting back and forth for 3 years. You're really wasting time. You could actually be with someone who got married while they're swiping you down all the time. Now, Roger says, ha ha ha, the problem is broke man. The problem is, I know you're broke, but again, being broke varies, Lawrence. That shouldn't be your excuse, or that shouldn't be the thing that keeps you off things. You could say you're broke because you have, maybe 100 million on your account. We don't know how much you have. And there's someone who could use the 100 million that you've got on there that has kept you broke. But again, there are genuine people out there. I don't know about you, Roger, but I believe in prayer. Prayer can always guide you to the right person because God doesn't make mistakes. He will bring the right person for you. But the thing is, we take him out of perspective when we are looking for partners and we just do what we want. I want a girl who has this height, this size, this color, comes from such and such a place. If we take all that out of context and leave it to God and say, God, find me a good woman, who knows? It could be the next happening thing for you, yeah? The next minute. But we have high standards and we are building a generation of people who are telling lies. Do you know even children are now starting to lie, and so bad? There's a time I bought I bought chips for my daughter. I made them at home and packed and gave her to take to school. And then she told her friends at school, my auntie sent these from Canada. Can you imagine how could fries come from Canada and end up at your school the following day? That's a lie. Now, because everyone is showing off at school, because I asked why did she say that, and she said people are saying they eat chocolate from Canada, they eat ice cream. Their auntie brought for them ice cream from Canada. Like that can't even be possible. Now, because of that, she was also compelled to lie. So we can keep it real, starting from the roots. Roger, say you are broke. Don't just say it. Show that you are, and someone will fall in love with your broke account. And you've said amen. Yeah, prayer does work, and it does bring good things, unexpected things. So that is on a serious note, guys. I was emphasizing the point of limiting the uptime, avoiding dating burnout. You know, you can date someone online you've never met. I mean, these are guys who are sending money up to 10K or sorry, $10,000 when you've never met a person or talked first time. I think that's also something else. So wake up, guys. Wake up, be real, be like Roger. Roger is real. And another thing that I can talk about is clear communication. State your commitment goals early to to get out to be able to get serious matches and be able to eliminate the non-serious matches, because there are those people who are in your relation you're meeting online but they're not serious, and you can tell, like the lawyer said, you can tell a liar from a mile away. And because you can tell a liar from a mile away, don't take that for granted, guys. Be clear when you're communicating. Tell them, I'm looking for someone who is going to give me a good time. I'm looking for someone for a relationship, like Roger. If you get in on any of those online apps, be clear. You know, communicating clearly on what it is that brings you on those apps. If you want someone to have children with, you say, I want kids. I'm broke. Those flags will be waved, and someone who doesn't mind will come to you. I know it's unbelievable that the women fall for broke guys, but they do. There are some really nice ones still out there. I don't think Mary in the Bible went for Joseph because he was loaded. So, Roger, you still have, a chance. Since Mary fell for Joseph when he was just a carpenter, those jobs are temp and they are seasonal, if I may put it. But Mary still, was willing to give Joseph a chance. Now, quality over quantity. Instead of swiping endlessly, invest in a few deep connections. These are solutions to online dating for commitment. Instead of swiping, every day you're swiping, you could also try and invest in a few deep connections whereby you find maybe 5 people and chat with those ones, and once things work out, yeah, you try getting deeper with those ones and swiping every day swiping. That would make those kind of online dating connections really fake. And Alan says broke is a status, ever changing. It's not your identity. Oh my goodness, I like that. Roger, did you hear that? That broke is a status, ever changing. It's not your identity. I hope you heard. It's not your identity. So you cannot carry that flag of I'm broke. This is from a fellow man, and I believe he's also from Uganda. He says broke is I like it. Broke is status, ever changing. It's not your identity. I hope you take that, Roger, and you run and go and find someone. And Lillian says, very true. And Roger, you said, but Mama, you make me happy. Wallahi. I hope I'm able to do that. And I hope you heard what they said, that it's just a status that is ever changing. Yeah. It's not your identity, Roger. It's not your identity. So you cannot be going everywhere. You see, I'm broke. I'm Roger and I'm broke. No. Say I'm Roger, an upcoming millionaire. Yeah. It's always changing. Uh-huh. Going back to solutions to someone else has written. I like those comments, guys. Keep them coming. Lawrence, you said I'm hearing. Yeah. So I hope you're not only a hearer, but also a doer. You get it and take it. and go confidently approaching. Because you said you are single, fine, you need a partner. Yeah, yeah, Roger. You can go on and, you know, don't put your head down. Walk with your head up and find someone. It's not your, it's a status. It's not your identity. I like the way they put it for you. And the other thing that we can do about online, guys, keep the comments coming. It's an online, it's a live chat, and you can feel free to call in. The number to call is plus 256 762599 138. Or you can drop in the comments where Roger is dropping his comments, and Lydian plus the lawyer. Go ahead and drop in the comments and let's hear what you have to say about life and what we are talking about today. Has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it wrong? I would like to hear your opinions on that. Also, the other solution to online dating is be intentional. Choose apps that focus on long term relationships. Like you, Roger, you're looking for a partner, look for an app that focuses on long term relationships. Don't go for apps that are out to, where they just show nakedness, they show you, they tease you here and there and waste your time. You go for apps, be intentional, choose apps that focus on long term relationships like Hinge or Harmony. There are so many apps like that where you can find someone that can really accept you for who you are, and you can start a relationship from there. So you be intentional on that one. I also want to hear if there's anyone who has known of success stories. Yeah. If you know of any success stories, I like what Roger has just written, and he said, I will be in Uganda from the 17th of April. It will be an honor if I join in again to expand in depth about the about the I'm trying to read. I think I need to get glasses. I'll be in Uganda from the 17th of April. It will be an honor if I join in again to expand in depth about the caping weedy holiday casual lookups mistakenly believed to be love bound. So when you come, that is your intention. I think it is good to come home and not show that you've been away, because the moment you show you've been away, guys, we call you guys our summer. That's what we call you people who are not living in Uganda. Anyone, Lillian, I don't know where you're watching in from, or Lawrence. No, 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 or the lawyer, sorry. Already, Roger said he's in UAE. I don't know where you people are watching in from, but people who don't stay in Uganda, you normally come for holiday, and we call you Basama have come because you've come for holiday and you're going back. What we know of you is you've carried that money, your pockets are deep, and we run them until they are dry. We really run them. And this, the way also you guys, portray yourselves after coming back home, it's like you show money is not, money is not an item. It's one of those things. I mean, it will draw people like flies, and you end up finding again. Sorry about my sound, Lillian. Thank you so much for letting me know my sound had gone off. I think my battery had run out. And thank you for that. I was reading a comment here from Lawrence. Lawrence said, I'm watching from UK, London. Now, Lawrence, you're the one planning to come to Uganda on the 17th. Oh my goodness, in Uganda, we call you the Wasama. You have come with the pounds, money to spend. Ladies will be, falling on you like flies. Because rumor goes round very fast, like a wildfire, that someone has come from UK and they are living at that address. So you will not have any issues meeting people. Yeah, you will not. But if you're single, let us know so that if there are any ladies on here, they can make arrangements to meet up with you and start off from there. Online dating, is it, remember the topic of discussion today is, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it the wrong way? So, Roger, lawyer, you need to let us know. And Lillian said, oh, thank you so much, Lillian, for telling me about the sound. And even Roger told me about the sound. Thank you so much, guys. I didn't know my battery has run out. You guys have made me talk for over 1.5 hours because my mic can only last for that long. And so if it exceeds 1.5 hours, it goes off. I hope I get a better one that lasts longer than that. Otherwise, I'm back now. I hope my sound is clear. And I was warning the lawyer about coming back. When you get back to Uganda, you'll be very popular. You'll be surprised. And you'll be glad you came back. Because what is not happening there will happen to you here. I mean, in those countries, people don't notice people who are with them there. But here we do notice. Even just you having a job, but going to work and coming back, that alone can keep people, my dear, lined up for you. So when you get to Uganda, don't flaunt so much cash around because already the flags that are waved for you are, you don't live here. So I'll tell you stories. There's another gentleman who said that he was wondering how we Ugandans manage to live and survive in Uganda because he can plan to come home with maybe 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, and in 3 weeks he's calling home trying to get people to send him some money. Because the cost of living is so high. It's not so high. It's just that we are used to doing with less. And so if someone comes that promises to meet every need, you just give them the list. So we make the list. I want the iPhone Pro Max, iPhone 16. And you guys want to show off very well. So you buy that phone for me, and before you know it, I'm saying my mother also needs to get a laptop, and before you know it, you're getting for, and that is how your money goes. I think when you get to home, keep it on the down low. Those relationships, there's a gentleman who wanted to find out if the woman in his life was really genuine and worth marrying. Probably this Roger can borrow. So the gentleman pretended that his investments had all gone down and the company was going to be sold and taken over by another company. So the woman could not take it. The man said, we are leaving for the village because even the house is going to be taken by the bank, repossessed. And the woman said, I'm not going off to the village with you. You have to go alone. So the man went to the village and the woman left the kids with him. So the man went to the village and stayed with his mother. And this was all pretending for about 3 months. And then the mother was the only one who kept on encouraging, my son, things will get better. He tried to call his friends. Remember, all this was pretending. He called his friends, trying to let them see if they can send him some money. Remember, he was just pretending he had all his money, but he forced them for 3 months to see who really was for him and who wasn't. So you can see, guys, uh, the friends started off saying, you see, things are not going so well right now. We are not in good position. And a couple of guys helped here out there, but he was a generous man, always helping out on all those who needed help. Now, after 3 months, he came back to town and froze all his assets and took over because he just wanted a break from work and he had walked into some good money. But how he knew who was ready for him, including the wife, was putting them to a test to see who was and who wasn't. So same applies to us here, guys. Even when you're coming back home, like Lawrence, you're coming home. Sorry, lawyer, you're coming home. Don't spend so much money. Come with just enough and try and see who is ready for you. Yeah, the thing is, it's hard. It's in the DNA of guys, to be funders. You fund relationships. Even when you see they are not going anywhere, you fund, hoping things will turn out different. I'm hoping since you are also a psychologist, you're a sociologist and economist. Oh my goodness, those are so many in one basket. I don't know, but there are so many. Single dad, thank you so much for letting me know my sound was off. I hope it's back on and you're able to hear me and hear me very well. It's a live chat, guys. Go ahead and drop your comments or call in on +256 762599138 and let me know what you think about online dating for long-term commitment. Is it one of those avenues you would try if you're looking to get someone? Because there are so many ways you can meet a person, but people go for online. Why? Because it's easier, it's, a swipe away and you have someone. And there's a way it makes you feel like you're untouchable because you can lie, you can be all macho, and there's no way to prove that you're not. So, and there's no one to argue with you. Anyone who argues, you just swipe them off and get to someone else. So it's got its pros, but also got its cons as well. Now, do you think online dating is ruining commitment, or is it just how people use it? I need to hear from you guys. Is online dating ruining commitment, or is it just how people use it? As we try to conclude, what do you think, guys? Is it ruining commitment, or it's the way people use it? Because many people who have got online in terms of relationships, it has not ended very well. Thank you so much for letting me know the sound is back. Alan, thank you. Now the question is posed to you, Alan. Do you think online dating is ruining commitment, or is it just how people use it? Is online dating ruining commitments, or is it just how people use it? Because I could have a knife in my hand. It does not mean the knife is bad, but the way I use it, I could either use it to peel or cut up something. And what I use the knife to do is what would either make it good or bad. So I ask again, do you think online dating is ruining commitments, or is it just how people use it? As we try to conclude, I need to hear from you guys. Is online dating ruining commitments, or it is just how people use it? I need to hear your opinion, lawyer, economists, and sociologists. I need to hear your opinion, Rogers. Alan, I need to hear your opinion on this one. And I also need to hear, have you someone you know found love online? Do you know anyone who has found love online? Because we could be here thinking there is no one who has. Other than the story I've just told you, is there anyone that you know that has found love online? Because that could give hope to so many, like Victor who wrote in earlier, and Roger, who wrote in as well. Do you know anyone who has found love online? Because those stories are encouraging. And I see here lawyer has written, uh, some females have benefited from online dating, hooked up with white men, enabling them to quickly settle in the system, attend attended now working in the UK. That is, by the way, very true. So actually, that makes online dating for commitment really successful. Because, I mean, all of us know it's not easy in Africa. So if these ladies are wise and they are so much in love with this white gentleman, they've already changed their status just by that and being able to help people at home. I hope it's for love because, again, relationships, when you're doing them basing on money, it's not easy. I attended universities in UK, now working in the UK. True, that is very, very true. They were from nothing to something. That means it does really work. Online dating does really work, and their success stories. Because we could be living on the scared side and we don't want to try out new things, but when actually they work. I don't know whether also the gentlemen have found, you know, good partners in that, working in good, well paying jobs. Can you imagine? And we all know things here are not so good. You could study, you could be qualified, have your right papers, but have no job. So these have opened up avenues for these young ladies. I don't know whether the men can say the same, but again, I know of men who have met people. Lillian says, I think it's used correctly. I think if it's used correctly, it can be good. However, it can also be a double edged sword. That is very true. It can be a double edged sword. Like statistics have shown that 40 that statistics have shown that online couples marry faster but have a high divorce rate. So it's not something we can bank on because I like lawyer has said they've got met men and went to school, studied, married, got good jobs. But remember, there is that aspect of love. We don't know whether, besides them studying, getting jobs, and getting good paying jobs and going to good universities, whether there's the aspect of love. Because once that is missing in a relationship, that relationship won't last. Because I can't, I can't, there are some people you can't stand, but you can stand their money. That is also different. I can stand your account. I can stand your account, your wallet, but when I can't stand you as a person. So there is that also aspect of it all where once I get what I want, I'll leave you and then go find someone that does it for me. Simply because, we all want that feeling of I love the person who is with me and they love me back. And once they don't, and you don't, you also get to realize, even the men are quick to realize that this woman married me for my money. And they are quick to jump as well. And the lawyer says, or for men, you bring her to the UK, she runs away once she gets immigration settlement. That is very, very true, and it's very sad. Banonya wazungu. Now that is where you men come in and work on yourselves. You make sure you are good. Because what is driving them towards the wazungu when you also have papers and you get them settled? It means our men, the African men, have missed a bit or two here. We either don't provide security that the ladies desperately need, because I need the assurance that you'll be there for me. You could get me Like I know someone who got his girlfriend from Uganda and took her all the way to the US. But when once he got her to the US, he wanted to treat her or her to treat him like the old time days. You know, back in the day when people, the ladies were not going to work, were cooking, you come home to a warm bath, you know, they take off your shoes. It's okay if I do that because I love you, but not because it's what you got me there for. So whole, that whole bringing people over and trying to relate with them as though they are in the village somewhere. You know, you expect them to wake up, clean the house, cook, and yet they have to go to work is not so good. And I've got some bigger gadget that I can use to read easily. And the lawyer sociologist says uh, economics, sorry, our women's mindset. Omuzungu asinga fellow Ugandan. I don't know where Omuzungu would come in and be better. But the reason why Omuzungu would be better is because aina kyakoze. They have some other thing they are doing on the side that you're not doing. If only you are doing it right, then it would be different. These people, Omuzungu, like we are using it here, know how to spend quality time. These people can relate on all different grounds. They can relate without, you know, lying. They are honest. They know how to relate on what they call the essence of relationships, which we don't know as Africans. We tend to think when you find a woman, their expectations, she has to know how to cook, to clean, to have children. The white people, on the other hand, look for someone to relate with, someone to partner with, someone to do life with. For us, we come partially. So I come into a relationship as a lady, expecting the man to be able to provide. And then the woman comes into a relationship, the man comes into a relationship expecting the woman to have children, clean the house, cook, regardless of where you are. So now when you go overseas and meet these ladies or bring them over, you carry the same mentality. She's got to cook and clean. I mean, if you're not working and you happen to come home before her, do the cooking, do the cleaning. There's no harm in that. Lillian, give me your opinion on that one. Will they have that mindset? Also, you guys have that mindset of the woman should cook, clean, have babies. That is why we also come in thinking you're going to be providing, taking care of me and my family. Everything that I need, you'll be able to support and provide. So it's a wrong, foundation for all of us. And the lawyer continues, or Rogers says, I have my friend has Omuzungu online, but at the same time has Omuganda man. Thank you. Can you imagine her juggling both? Normally, the reason why ladies do that, they are looking for the right person, for that person who will, at the end of the day, be able to make that commitment fast. Because you guys don't commit. You know, like I said, we need assurance. We need commitment that you will be there, that you will marry me. I will give this one for charging, that you will be there, that you will marry me. Let me give this to the camera person to charge. I need the assurance that you marry me, that you will take care of me. Now, you guys get into a race without even knowing that you're in a race. Who does it first? So if you are going to propose first, I'll go off with you. And then the other one who is just wasting my time. Because remember, we are also on a timeline. People in the village or at home are asking, when are you bringing that man? And you're here toying with me, promising me air. You know, you say you come and then you don't come. You say you do and then you don't do. So I go with the person who delivers on the first note. That is why uh, when you say they have that mindset, it's because that's where it comes from. And Roger says, I have my friend. Okay, we've answered that one. Semigal, Kelvin, even me, I need a serious woman to marry. Oh my goodness. Kelvin needs a serious woman to marry. Now, the chat today is about online relationships, Kelvin. Has it made online dating harder? Has online dating made it harder to commit? Or are we just using it wrong? You would tell us, Kelvin, because I assume you've gone through relationships. Has online dating made it harder? Or are we using it the wrong way? Because there are all those avenues where people can meet each other, and yet people are single, left, right, and center. Why is that? Is it because is it because they are is it because online has let us down, or is it us who are using it wrongly? Yeah. Kelvin, you need to let us know why you're single. Why are you single? You said you need us. You said I need a serious woman to marry. Do you need a serious woman to marry and you've just failed to find one, or it's us ladies who have disappointed on that one? So you let us know why you're single, because there is no reason why a man like you, Kelvin, who is not broke, and I don't know where you're watching in from, but wherever you're watching in from, let us know why you're single. And Kelvin, you have money. Oh my goodness. Lawrence say, sorry, Roger says, Kelvin, you have money or you're broke. I have my sister. Now you see the issue of money comes not only from the ladies, but also the men. Now already Rogers is asking the money bit. Are you broke or you have money? Now this is what I tell friends who are gentlemen, that in case you're finding someone, you focus on getting money. These ladies will come regardless, as long as the money is there. They will come like flies. For some reason, we tend to smell where money is, and we come. Already, Rogers is asking if you have money because he's got his sister. And you guys can exchange numbers, or it would be better, Rogers, if you put your sister on so Kelvin can find out for himself if he's interested, or if it doesn't work out for him with your sister. And Rogers continues to say, so amazing. True. I have money, but not more. I have my own business. Oh, that is good. A person with a business, Lawrence, Kelvin, we just need to know why you're single. Give us your experience, your info. Why is it you're single? You have your own business. There are some things that would keep you off the list, like not being jobless. We all want, men who can provide, men who can work, who have got something going for them. And I believe, Roger, Kelvin, you've got something here. There are so many ladies that could be interested in a man that has his own business. That already sounds nice. Leave alone the lawyer. who stays in the UK. That alone is also another flag, because it shows that now when we get this kind of person gets into a relationship, there are some aeroplanes involved, tickets, visas. I'm wondering why you're single. Yeah. And Kelvin says, I'm single because I got someone last time, but he disappointed me. Are you living in Uganda, Kelvin? But either way, you got someone and they disappointed you. Do we pin all problems on ladies? Did you meet her online, or is it something that happened along the way and you broke up? Because if that's what happened, then it's a sad story. And like I said, there was someone that was going to come in and do a sit-in, but he has just come, so I will. And we do this live together. He will also give us his opinion. You're welcome on board.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we hold this here?
Yeah, I was supposed to get a stand. Maybe they get you a stand and you put it on. Okay. Mm. As he comes back, we will continue. And yeah, I'm in Uganda. So Kelvin, you're in Uganda. Personally, I get, the lawyer says, personally, I get put off by a female whose mindset is to be her ATM card. My presence is making the females financially independent. Yeah, it is. So if I become insolvent, she can step in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I took long. I was trying to get a sound so that the sound can be better for both of us. Guys, you let me know when the sound is not good. He can introduce himself and you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Privilege and pleasure to be here. Thank you everybody who is online. Thank you for the comments. I see several comments from Roger, from Lawrence, Lillian, lawyer in the UK. Most welcome. Glad to be here.
You're welcome. Now there's Roger who just said, let me look for the money. I will date because the girls or woman, they look for the money. Yeah, that is a very good one. If you look for money, what do you think? Is money the baseline for all relationships?
Money is important. Money is a big factor in relationships, actually. Some relationships are made because of money and others are broken because of money. So money is important.
So Lawrence, there you have it. Make money and then get into that world.
Yes.
Rogers, make money and then get into that world of dating. And you also said, I want to make woman independent than to be relying on me. Oh, that is good. But also you can find an independent woman. And together you make a beautiful thing. The thing is, like I said, online dating. When we base on that one, our profiles can look up. Like when you check out my profile, I'm working, I'm this. And so when we meet, I'm not working, I just tell you I just lost my job. So really, this is where God comes in to guide us. Everything starts off with God and ends with Him. So if you're looking to relate, leave alone the whole thing of our first work. Our first work and then get money. Yeah, I think that is what I can say about that one. Now, I was trying to read comments. Sorry about that. And the other thing that I can say, the point of discussion was, has online dating made it harder to commit, or are we just using it wrong?
Online dating is a tricky one, I think, for many people, especially those who are new on these online platforms. Can be a bit tricky because people normally are not truthful from the onset. It's easier. It's easier to hide. It's easier to say many things when you're not being seen in person. But excuse me, some people find it easier to communicate online than they do in person. So for such people, I think it gives them a platform. It gives them a way of expressing themselves better. As you know, in life, some people find it easier to speak before an audience, and others cannot speak before an audience. So at times when you're shy, this is a good platform. It's easy just to write down your feelings and express yourself that
And
way.
people do lie.
Yes.
They lie a lot. You know, there's a lot of catfishing, there's a lot of ghosting. It's online is good, but like Lillian said, you need to be vigilant.
Oh, very, very careful.
So Kelvin, you who said you're looking for someone to relate with, it said that the sound for you is not good. Your
Okay.
volume is really low. So
Have you got
put
your
it
mic here?
closer. And it says, for instance, I bring her to the UK, pay for her tuition fee, and I ensure she joins employment. I mentor her how to investigate her salary. It is sad when that happens. But again, I'm looking at it this way. Online dating is not bad. Like Liliana said, it has success stories. Like all of us have said, even you, lawyer, you said that it has success stories where people have come and met whites. Reason why it has worked out with whites is because the whites are as plain as a paper. They have nothing hidden. You bring me over, you want a maid, you want a full-time maid in me. Yet before that, I thought we would be equal partners. So maybe that also puts these ladies off after you've invested so much in them. For you, you think you've invested by bringing them over. But the fact that when I get there or when they get there, you start, expecting like they were living in Africa where a woman is expected to clean, cook, and have children. I think that is what do you think causes the ladies to change when they get to the UK, like he's saying?
Yeah, I think by the time they leave whatever country they're coming from to go to developed nations, they have their own agenda. Everyone has their own agenda. When I get there, I plan to do ABCD. I plan to catch up with ABCD. I plan to rekindle my former relationship with ABCD who left 2 years ago. So I think depending on the agenda.
You keep on saying your sound.
Okay.
You hold it and talk.
Depending on the agenda of the person, I think that will determine the motive.
Has his sound gotten better? Just let us know if his sound is better.
That will determine the motive.
And the lawyer says, "Bano bandeka sente ku kameza." No. I don't know why you don't like that. Normally, what causes that kind of setting where I want you to leave money for me on the table is the way we start off a relationship. If we start it off and you're flaunting like money is not an issue, like you can meet every need as and when it arises, that is why I expect daily kameza. But if you do not reprogram me to be expecting kameza, I will not be asking for it because we are not in an area where money is paid on a daily basis, but weekly basis or monthly basis. So I think how we start off our relationship is why it fails or succeeds. Because online, like I said, ways of saving online relationships, we need to communicate clearly. Let me know what will work for you and what won't. What you expect from me and what you don't expect from me, or what I expect from you. That will give our relationship a fighting chance. Otherwise, it's doomed to fail. That is how I see it. And Lillian says there's over 6K people watching, but only 14. Come on, people, let's give this live chat a thumbs up. Oh, yeah, that is right. Lillian has said it. We need to see those likes up. And Kelvin says, Uncle Sound. I hope he was better when he was explaining. He needs to keep it more to himself so that he's clear and louder.
Your voice is more audible.
Okay. And we talked about that. The lawyer has just said that, do we Ugandan men in UK, in the UK, you can read that one.
Okay. Do you Ugandan men in the UK, we are focused on investing, buying a house in the UK, setting up a business in the UK. Yet abazungu bali ku state accommodation, bali mu go for holiday. Yes.
Read the next one because it continues.
Okay, the next one again from lawyer. In your life, abawala baffe gye bafa. We Ugandan men in the UK. Okay.
Yeah, we like that kind of life. Yeah, where you take us out. You know, life in the UK can also be stressful. Yeah, and truly, if there's time to unwind, no one wouldn't want it. What do you think?
Of course.
In response to the lawyer.
In response to the lawyer, I think he's right. I think everybody wants a life that is set. No hustle, no bustle. Osanga ekintu nga kyateredde dda, you just bring your head, as they say, oleeta mutwe. Everything is sorted. I think in that regard, it's more about security, the need for financial security, which is very understandable. I mean, when you've been hustling in Uganda or in developed countries, you don't want to be hustling when you're living in the dreamland.
I like what the lawyer has just said. Tuguze land in Uganda. Now, there is also living in our heads while we are living in a foreign country. We are still living in Uganda, but in the UK. I like what the other one has said, Kelvin. Yeah, it is so true. Because the way men, African men, let me put it as African men, not only Ugandan men, African men are, we take pride in the things that we've got, like land, houses. While these white men are snatching all these girls away, they are living life and enjoying it. Now, for us, we don't take time to enjoy life. You are working hard, and all that you've earned, you save to send home and build and make something of yourself. It is not bad to do that, but also don't forget to live, because once you are gone, guess what will happen? All that will go to someone else. So much as you're investing, also learn to live and enjoy that life, that money that you've worked so hard for, with this lady that you've got in your life. You men have a tendency of, once you provide food, you forget about these nitty-gritties. I don't know about Lydian. Lydian, you can let us know if I'm wrong on this one, because apparently we are two ladies against all these men coming up. Yeah? Lydian, you can let me know what you think. I was thinking that much as we are working and building and buying land in Uganda, we should also, try and make these ladies feel special, because there is no way a woman who is loved and taken care of can leave and go to someone who, because they are taking them on holiday. And really, that's not it. You men are not expressive. African men don't know how to express what they are feeling. You're worried that if you show me that you care, that you love me, I will run away from you and take you for granted. And the white men don't fear to express themselves. They show what they feel. They feel like, hugging you, they will do it. Yeah. But our men are conservative, and it has not worked out well for us in the end. Yeah, you can read the next one.
Okay. The next one is from Kelvin. Naye nange munfeeko, I'm tired to be single.
So what can he do?
Is he in Uganda?
He's in Uganda.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
Now, for you, I think it's easier kubanga.
And he's got his own business.
For you, it's easier because there's plenty of fish, if I may say so. Unlike maybe for the lawyer friend who is in the UK, or Rogers, yes, people who are in the diaspora, I think the fish are a little limited. Now, for you who is here in Uganda, no, oliko base, oliko sauce.
So what should he do?
I think you should just play your cards right.
Online apps?
I think in Uganda, to be honest, there's no need to go so much online dating, because we meet so many people along the way in the lives that we live, the jobs that we do. Ogenze muwino, ogenze wa, you're at a party. There is more room to meet people live.
But what kind of
as
people?
Opposed to online? It depends what his taste is, what he's looking for.
So you can get some tips from him, I think. And Rogers has said, you can read that one.
Okay, this is Rogers. He's saying, Mr. Kelvin, bwoba ne sente ogenda kufuna omukazi, naye bwoba toyina owedde. I think now that has become a fact of our day that we live in. Nti atayina sente tafumita chindazi. I'll pass it on to you.
I'm not the one who has said it.
Yes, it is Roger who is saying.
Yeah, Rogers, you've said. Rogers, this is what I would say from what Rogers has just said. That if you don't have money, you're finished. You don't have money, you're finished. The reason for that, guys, is because now we are living in a loveless generation where we don't care about love, and all we care about is money. And you guys are also not caring about love, but all you're caring about is what is trending, the looks, which fade over time. So you see, it's a generation that we are raising of vain people. Because if I got to you because you had money, what happens when the money runs out? Or if you got me because I was looking a certain way, what happens if whatever it is lost in an accident? If we can all, redirect our priorities to the right things that are core, we'll be able to find people that are really good for ourselves. But the thing is, we are all looking for the wrong things. Can you imagine? I act fake around you. I pretend like this and the other, and you pretend you're fake. You pretend also you are something else. And then after some time, we get together, and what we presented initially is not it. The relationship is bound to fail. So I think I get us back to the real thing. Communicate, real communication. Even when you're using online, prefer quality over quantity. Instead of swiping endlessly, invest in a few deep connections. Also, clear communication, or state your commitment goals early to better out non-serious matches. Also, you can limit up time. Because if you don't limit the time you're using these online dates, guys, I can be with you, you pretend, we think we are in a relationship for months, for years, and yet we've never met, we've never talked face to face. So what's that kind of relationship? It's not real. So for you, Kelvin, who is looking for a relationship that is serious, like I said, Go get on your knees. The Bible says, remember, the core or foundation of this channel is all about God. Yeah. So the Bible says that he that finds a woman finds a good thing and obtains favor before God. So you need to find that woman in a crowd. That means not all the ladies that you see. He that finds a wife, it says, finds a good thing and obtains favor before God. That means not everyone that you see is wife material. Some of us are just good for good time, and some of us are a real deal, and some of us, don't belong anywhere. We are just in between. So it's like a puzzle. You need to find the right piece. But it takes time. But if you go before God and ask Him to guide you, especially in our day that is vain, He will guide you and you will find that right person, Kelvin. And yeah, you read what Semiga dictates.
Kelvin agamba naye lawyer lwaki he is basing on money. I told you I have, but not much or not more. Then Roger is saying naye omuntu ali e Uganda bw'onoonya partner online ntyamu kuba mbadde e Uganda nga abakazi bajula kwekwanira.
Who is that? Who said that?
That one is Roger.
You see? Now, the reason why women are flooding over someone who has just come back is because you're showing flags of you've got the money. I mean, you didn't come back with nothing. Have you noticed people who come from abroad, how they dress, how they, spread money? They go out and they say, "Nebadugaza kameza." They buy way. So if I'm a woman and I notice that, I'm like, I'll be guaranteed food will come with this guy. There's no day will go hungry, and there's a ticket in there for me to fly out of the country. So I'll flood over you because of the way the lifestyle presented by people who live abroad. It's incredible. You want a part of it. So that's why they were flooding over. Not because you are the most good-looking guy around. Don't get it twisted. You could be the best-looking guy around, but that's not the reason why they were flooding around. It's the security. And so same applies to what the lawyer said. When people come over to the UK. I mean, I meet this Ugandan brother who paid for my ticket and brought me over, and he's always reminding me how we need to save because he spent so much bringing me. He spent so much, sending my parents. And this white guy will come up. Those guys live for the day. I know that is their country, but they know how to live and enjoy their money. If we can also work on ourselves, find a good woman. Remember when I said that we should prefer quality over quantity instead of, taking out so many people. You find one good woman, invest in her. If it doesn't work out well, you tried and you get to another one, than being the party animal, giving everyone, money, taking them out. I'm waiting to hear the lawyer's experience when he comes back on the 17th, how it goes for him. Because he'll be hot cakes when he comes from UK back to Uganda.
Maybe, if I may ask, on the side of
Kelvin,
of maybe the ladies, is it any different when it's a lady living in the UK or living in UAE and she's looking for a partner, and then she comes back to Uganda? How does that work? Is it different from the side of the men?
Again, ask your question.
Yes, I'm just trying to flip the table because we have been focusing on the guys looking for partners when they're abroad and they are working so hard to get the finances to secure relationships and online relationships, or even those which are not online. How about for ladies who are in the UAE, who are in the UK, who are in America, and are looking for partners? Is it the same when they come back to Uganda? they got a ready market for husbands?
I would speak for the ladies. I don't think the reverse is also true. When ladies come back to Uganda, what the difference between us ladies and you men is, for us, when we make our money, it's like our levels have gone up, our grade or our standards have gone up. If I happen to have any money, I don't want a man who can't even drive better than I do, who cannot live in a house better than I can afford. So my standards go up, and that limits me on the kind of men that I would get, because my standards have gone up basing on where I've been. Does that answer? And it limits my options.
Lillian is saying that that's a sad reality, because what happens when money is not available anymore?
You are finished, oh. My brother, you are finished. My sister, you are finished.
I think Rogers answered that one. Bw'oba toyina owedde. So I think lawyer is saying, to sum it up, it is possible to get a partner online, but it is not easy. Most of the time, they are fake masters. They are seeing online dating apps on both sides, men and female. You can read the next one.
And Sleepy Card Game says, how to find a good woman. And then Roger replies, okay, just to go to Sleepy Card, who said how to find a good woman. That's what I said. You go before God. It looks like things have got to go back to the one who created. Guys, do you know? I'll bring it back to God. That, say I'm God, and this is the world. And you see these tiny writings? That is you and I, and everyone else wherever they are living, whether you're in China or UAE or Qatar or wherever you are. We are these writings in this book, and this is me who is God. I have the whole world in my hand. And so it is easy for me to get my pen and cross out this person and put this one, or remove this one and put this one. So at the end of the day, the man has got the final say, and he's got the last card regarding all this. If we go back to him, he would connect us to who we should be with. And I think that sums it up on how to find a good woman. You go before God. The thing is, our topic for next time would be about how a man finds a good woman. I think it should be our topic for next time. Because do you know, guys, there are ways you can find a good woman. Because God honors men and sees men in a different way. He sees you men, but because you don't know who you are before your creator, you take yourself light. If I were a man, I would not just pick any girl that flies before me because she's got a short skirt or a long dress. I would be looking for that one who I feel God is leading me to, because those right ones will drive this thing to the end. They will stick with you through thick and thin. But the wrong one will flee from you the moment things turn upside down. Now, I can only say that because God has got the final say as to who it should be, where, and with who, then you fall back to him if you fail to find. Otherwise, fake people, just like fake women are out there, fake men are out. I mean, I know of a gentleman who showed off money like it was nothing, buying the girl breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm talking K's of money every single time he was treating her. But once he married her, he couldn't even afford, to pay rent or even, meet the simple things that they needed at home. And yet, while dating, he was throwing around money like crazy. So, fake people are out there. Men, you can lie. But also us women, we can only lie about so much. Yeah? So, we can read the next question.
Okay. Roger is insisting. The reality is tosobola kufuna mukazi mulungi nga toyina ssente. Mpozzi nga bagenda kuwasa oyoze ebintu. I think if I may respond, Roger, kisinziira omukazi mulungi mu ndabika oba mu mpisa. Kubanga when it's dating, normally it's endabika which is priority. So osobola okufuna omukazi nga mulungi mu ndabika and it's good for dating, naye bwe mutandika relationship, then empisa zigenda okukaminga into play more than ate endabika. So that's just my take.
But again, most of the time, when you guys are looking for women to date, especially what takes people to those online apps of dating, it is the visual bit, isn't it?
Yes, the profiles.
Yeah, because I can put
filtered.
this. Yeah, I can sieve it, shake it up, do this and the other, touch here and there.
You find your filter.
Yeah, and when you get there, that is what will catch your attention, and that is what you think you have. When at the end of the day, so you men are visual. So I don't think you should be complaining about pizza. I think you shouldn't, because when you're getting these ladies, you're going for the visual beat. It is the big bust, the big lips, or this or the other. So I think it would be good that we balance it out while going in there. This is what I normally give as advice to people who have said they failed to find partners, or they've actually broken up after dating for a while or trying to make things work. That what is it that you looked for in this person initially? What drew that person to you? Because if that is what drew you to that person, then it's what should keep you in that relationship with that person. Otherwise, we would keep on jumping from one person to another. I got interested in you because you could, speak. So stay with me. It has to be speaking through and through. Otherwise, you get me because I'm hardworking, and then after that, you start looking for other things that I cannot provide. I hope that is also not good. I hope that also is noted. Unrealistic expectations. Yeah, you can read that one. Which one? And the lawyer says, the reality is. So being wise is the key to smelling a rat in the swimming pool and not go into the swimming pool. The waters are dirty. No, you shouldn't stay out of the pool, but you could swim wisely. Yeah, there's also swimming wisely, where you know the waters are dirty, but you swim wisely. You don't keep your mouth open as you go around in the water. Or you go splashing in your eyes because you know the waters are dirty. So you go wisely, you swim, but wisely. Like Lillian said earlier on, that we should be vigilant, especially if we are going to go online dating. Be vigilant because it is God's success stories, but also has got horrific stories. And Lillian says, I'm guessing that it would be the same because it's still an opportunity for the man to move abroad with the wife.
She's commenting about what we said if the tables are reversed. The women who are also living abroad coming back to find husbands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, it would be the same to some degree, depending on where you're coming from or where you're writing it from. Because if you're not in Uganda and you're a lady, there are also those men who, quote unquote, say, I married well, are looking to marry well. They have nothing to their name. They don't have anything, but are looking for that woman who has made it all, and they just marry and they have arrived and are in things. And you can read what Roger says.
Roger agamba omukazi omulungi oyo alina byonna nga muyinza okukkaanya ng'alina empisa, not beauty. But it doesn't hurt me whether alina beauty as well.
Let's not compromise on that one as well. Because they are there. They are there. It's just that online, if we are talking online is bound to bring you the wrong ones.
I think when it comes to online, you definitely have got to have an appointment to meet.
True.
and see this person physically. N'okwata ku ky'obadde olabako. You know? You see the person eye to eye, you stand toe to toe, you square yourself in the way and okay.
It's
Yes.
not a ghost.
Yes. Oba ono yabadde anfera bufezi. So
So guys, that is basically what I had arranged for today. I don't know whether you guys have got more stories of someone you know who found love online. Otherwise, as it goes, Kelvin is looking for someone. Hope next Friday, Kelvin will find for you someone. Or Rogers, you have met someone and you'll be joining us testifying that in UAE things are happening. Or, Kelvin in Uganda, that you went to this wedding and met someone. Or even you, lawyer, you could tell us about your stories as and when you get to Uganda. Yeah, you can read it.
this is a comment from Rogers.
Read.
Rogers agamba nti I got online but physically ng'ayogera bubi. That was needed otegeere amazima.
Again, guys.
Yes. So
Again, Rogers, I think we also don't need to put our stakes way up there. Our expectations. When you expect more than really.
kakati ne Roger yandimubuuziza oba naye awulira bubi oba oli ayinza okuba nga tayogera bulungi naye baby it's Roger's ears, I'm sorry to say. So
Rogers, there is also need
buli omu ayina teri ali perfect. At times we go in looking for the perfect it, but in reality there's nothing perfect out there.
In relationships, there's got to be that bit of compromise.
Yes.
Where, you meet me halfway, I meet you halfway. You can leave an 85% and run after the 15, Rogers. I think that is not so wise. So if you're going to, you could go back and check out that voice beat. You get your nature come and things work out, But
Well,
again,
maybe she was what? When he says nga ayogera bubi.
Was she loud?
Maybe
was she demanding?
Maybe avuma or something. I don't know. Roger could expound more on okwogera obubi.
As we try and conclude, I remember there is a lady that I met at the salon one time. And the lady said she's a working woman. She does hair in town, earns her own money, and she meets this guy who had come to impress her. I don't know whether the guy had borrowed the car and came visiting. So when he he called her and said, I'm coming over to visit you, but you see me, I'll be in a white car. So the lady was like, oh, I'll welcome you. So the man passed by a shop, bought milk. Now in Uganda, we have two types of milk. There is milk that comes in a cup, where they measure for you in a cup, straight from a cow, and then they put it in a cavera or a plastic bag, clear plastic bag, and then they tie a knot. Each cup goes for 1,000, depending on where you're buying it from. And he bought that milk and took it to her. One cup, because he assumed it's just her and him. So they would have, a cup of tea as they catch up. So the man bought that cup of milk and a small, loaf of bread and went to visit the girl. Now, this is when they were doing a meetup, because for so long they had gotten communication via online. So this time round, he was coming to visit, and he thought of not going there, but he came with some milk and bread, a small loaf. And the woman in the saloon was talking and telling her friends, this idiot was trying to make a fool of me. Because when he got to her house, he found that she was living with her daughter. And he told her, I got some things in the car, you can go get them. But the man's intention was to for the woman to check out the car that he had borrowed and come with. Yeah, under the guise of it's my car, and so I've come visiting with something. So the woman told her daughter, "Oh my kid, let's go and get these things from the car." The kid is about 5 years. So because they live in rental places, the everything that happens in such places is public. So she announced, "Let us go and get things from the car," so the neighbors would hear, only to get to the car and there was that cup of milk in a plastic white bag, Cavera, and bread, a small loaf. Now that was an insult to the woman. She came back and abused the man so bad, and he said, "How dare he?"
Now you get a movie.
That is where Rogers would say, "Now you get away." Kasajja gwe tolinaamu nadde amagezi, omanyira, and the man was seated there thinking he had every reason to feel big in the chair after he had bought some things in the car. And yet to her, because she was working, that was peanuts, actually an insult. So again, as we come on the concluding note, I think men keep it real,
And women also should keep it real.
When I say keep it real, I'll give my concluding bit, but also you can give yours. When I say keep it real, when you have money, don't go walking like you own the whole street when you're interested in a person. Even when you're approaching online, you can take on a character of someone who is broke, like Rogers. I believe Rogers has money. Because how do you think he got to UAE? Somewhere, somehow, he got on a plane, and broke people don't get on planes. So Rogers is playing the right cards. Ella Kelvin, if you want to get pointers, hook up with Rogers. Rogers has got the tickets that will get you that sister of his.
By acting broke?
Act broke, convince Rogers you are the right person, and Rogers will give you his sister. She's loaded, and you'll be in things. Before you know it, you are like our speaker and her husband. Yeah. So me, I'm thinking you can play the part, even for the lawyer coming back on the 17th. Play your cards on that down low. If you can, you bring the money, I keep it for you. And then I'll be the bank for you. Because it's hard for you to keep it. Bring it, let me keep it. I will eat it. By the time you go back, you'll be calling people in the UK. Send me some transport. Otherwise, you just have to come with your eyes shining, guys. They say shine your eyes. Oh, yeah. You'll find the right person. Now, this guy, just to conclude the story, got to know the real character of the woman. Because for starters, he was actually not aware what he had done that was insulting, because he had brought milk and bread. Again, the other thing to look at, he knew that girl lives alone. Didn't expect her to have a child because she didn't say she has a kid. Yeah.
That's
now, somewhere along the line, she forgot.
Well. Yes.
She forgot that she had said she has no kids, and now the man comes home with a pint of milk, with a
just
cup
for the two of them.
Just for the two. That was romantic in one way, if you choose to see it that way. But she didn't, because she didn't say the truth about herself.
He set the battle high by coming in a car.
And telling her to go and pick things
from the car.
But that's what men do. You guys do that. Why
Only to find a cup of milk.
You understand? All you had to do is
Cavera.
walk out of the car with a Cavera and go to her, and she'll be like, "Oh, thank you for coming." You can bring in your poverty slowly by slowly, and it's accepted, than floating it and it all falls back in your face. Otherwise, guys, you've been a good sport.
Yes, thank you so much, Rogers, Lillian, lawyer from the UK,
Kelvin,
Sleepy Card Game. I don't know what that is. You're asking about, yes.
Jasper, Audrey. Much thanks, guys. And someone has dropped a comment.
Single dad as well. Thank you. We see you here.
Dad, yeah. So read that comment that has just come in.
I think you can read it. What is it?
It's from Rogers. Obutalimba sente.
Obutalimba bw'omusajja.
Huh? Oh, yes, read.
Obutalimba bw'omusajja kwe kubeera ng'oyina ssente, kuba bw'oba ne ssente tosobola ku disappointinga mukazi. Ye solution y'okwebeereramu.
Thank you, Rogers, for that. But I know you are not being truthful on that money thing. So I have my thumbs up that,
You have faith in him.
yeah, when we next meet on Friday, you will give us better, testimony about either UAE or someone you met online. The good thing is when you meet people online, there's no need for bank account.
Maybe later in the conversation.
How does it come up?
Needs arise as you're having conversations.
That one, the lawyer would have to, give his economist's opinion.
How do you think what the lawyer was talking about happened of people who end up leaving their countries? They met online and suddenly they are elsewhere to other places.
Okay, Lillian has said thank you so much, very much. It's been a good chat. See you next Friday. Yes, Lillian, see you next Friday, same time. Guys, thank you so much. And I see here Lawrence has said thanks. Thank you so much for making this live worth sitting in. Until next time when we do yet another one on Friday next week, same time, 9:45 or 9:40. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye and thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I'll sign off.